the worst of the Opie and Fresh show.
We should do a vacation break, tell everyone what we did. Went on separate vacations.
Yes.
And did the cruise thing.
I went on the cruise.
And I did the Club Med thing down in Turks and Caicos. A great spot.
Because Opie's into scuba diving now.
Oh, you want me to tell that story right off the bat?
You're a big scuba diver now.
All right, I'll tell the scuba diving one.
Turks and Caicos.
This is going to help the psycho factor in my head bit.
I can't believe you.
Yeah, I went to Turks and Caicos because I wanted to do some diving. I dove all week. I'm a beginner diver. I only have about 10 dives under my belt, so I'm not going to act like I'm Jacques Cousteau or anything. I had to go diving with...
What, dead? Yeah. I'm no Jacques Cousteau. I breathe.
So one day, well, I just want to start this little story by saying French people suck. Hate them.
It's very international when you go away like that, Opie. There's a lot of people from a lot of countries.
And they should talk their girlfriends into shaving their armpits.
Ugh. That's acceptable in Europe.
That's what you want to see on a Club Med vacation. French girls with big, gnarly, sweaty, black underarm hair. Man, that's attractive.
And you can only imagine if that looks like that. What is...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a problem with this couple pretty much the whole time. So, French couple, and they didn't speak English.
Yeah, we...
So I go diving. This was like midweek. And... This is a good story. All right, so I start my descent to the bottom of the ocean.
To the bottom of the ocean, Opie.
Well, they only take you 60 feet, but that is the bottom where we're going.
Bottom of that part of the ocean, sure.
You know, and then you get to go over some ridges and stuff where it's a little deeper, but whatever. So you're with the guide. Now, I've done about 9 or 10 dives, like I said, so it was quicker for me to get to the bottom than like the guys that are doing their first or second dive. Okay?
You're feeling more comfortable.
Feeling a little comfortable. So I'm at the bottom of the ocean waiting for my fellow divers, because you got to dive in a group.
Bottom of the ocean.
Because I'm not really certified. Yeah, 60.
Got your tanks on. You're looking good.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm just looking around at like the fish and stuff going, all right, cool. I can't wait to start the dive. Here comes the French guy.
What is this, a group up point or something? You all descend to the bottom of the ocean?
Well, I mean, if you want to get technical, you got to descend to the 15-foot bar for a while, hang out there, and then you drop from there.
But eventually you're on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, as soon as they said drop from the bar, it took me, 10 seconds to get to the bottom, more or less.
Okay.
Do a little equalizing, and you're down there ready to go. So I'm at the bottom, 60 feet under, and here comes the French guy. That doesn't speak English, that has the girlfriend with the hairy armpits that I just hated from the first day I saw him at the club.
And now he's new because he got to go through the whole orientation
Without
thing.
a doubt, this guy was probably making his first dive. Maybe second tops. So he starts coming down, and I look above, and I'm like, hello, I'm right here.
Where was he looking?
He wasn't looking. That's the problem.
Okay.
So I look up, I'm like, the son of a bitch is heading right for me.
Coming right for us!
Right.
And do I have the clip of Opie somewhere? I think I do. Here's Opie on the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
It's coming right for us!
There you go. Wow.
But see, this is how twisted my head is.
Yeah, thanks, Dick.
Yeah, exactly. So I obviously could have probably moved and let him just land softly
on the bottom of the ocean.
To where I was, but I wanted to see where this was going to go. So I look up, and I'm like, he's getting closer, Is he going to move? Is he going to move? It doesn't move. His fin pretty much takes out the left side of my face. Hard. Boom.
So he kicks you in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Now, does your regulator move or something?
No, thank
you're
God.
under there.
No, because that would have been a whole different problem. Then we would have taken it on land. That's all I'm going to say. We would have. Okay?
Usually it's taken down to street level. Okay.
No, we would have taken it on land.
On land.
You'll understand in a minute.
So he kicks you in the face.
Yeah, pretty much the left side of like my forehead here. It was like
Did your mask come loose? Did anything or right on the side of the head?
Right on the side of the head mostly. He came down like this, okay? All right, so I'm like, look at that. And I'm a little pissed.
Let me get this straight. A French guy went down on Opie. No, look, house from Flanders, New Jersey. Listen to the rest of the story.
Yeah. So he hits me. But, see, his legs were flailing as he's going down to the bottom. So that to me was like, okay, he's a beginner. I'll give him a little slack.
Right, he's freaking a little.
But, boom, fin hits me on the left side of the head. he continues his descent. Now he's basically, here it comes the jokes, but he's basically on top of me, okay?
All right.
His tank now nails my hip. And if
now he's coming down. He
he's
kicks
still
you in the
coming
head.
down.
He's still coming down. Now the heavy tank
nails me in the side. And if you don't believe me, I mean, I could show you a bruise, but everyone's going to call me a fag for pulling my pants down. But trust me, it's there.
All right.
But if you need to see it, I'll carefully show you the bruise. Really bad. So hold on to your seats, kids. Your pal Ope.
What is it?
At this point, I give him I don't give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just waiting for like a look of, wow, I'm sorry, I'm out of my mind, I don't know what I'm doing.
But he's French.
Accept my apology. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what language you speak. You can look at a guy and you could give him something with your facial reaction.
So you're still willing to play this off as he's a beginner.
But I'm heated.
Now you're pissed.
I'm heated.
On the bottom of the ocean.
He looks at me. We're 60 feet under, okay?
Right.
He looks at me, and he doesn't give me anything. Nothing. You know when someone cuts you off and does a stupid move on the road, but you can almost see through it if they kind of give you that look
and go, okay,
kind of give you that look like, I know I
right.
screwed up, I'm really sorry,
Right.
please forgive me. You're still a little pissed, but at least they acknowledged it.
Yes.
The guy didn't acknowledge it, and that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I punched him in the head.
You punch the French guy in the head. Now, you're on the bottom of the ocean.
60 feet under. I start a fight with a French guy.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Every year I have to punch someone in the head because I was just thinking, it's been a year since I popped Paul in the head in the studio, Paul Bond.
Wouldn't that have been funny if it was actually Paul Bond diving down and Opie punched him in the head? Now, where did you hit him?
Right on the side of the head.
All
man.
right, in the side of that, you made sure you didn't hit his regulator or his mask.
I was just going for the headshot.
Or you didn't even care. You just happened to land on the side.
No, I didn't care. No, because the rest
sick bastard.
Because the rest of the body is pretty much protected with the vest and the tanks, and you got a wetsuit on, you know. So I pop him on the side of the head. Now you're sitting there like, oh my God, wow, you're so brave and stuff. Yeah, obviously it was a slow motion fight because we're 60 feet under the water.
Can't really get a good punch flying underwater. Even James Bond had difficulty in the movie.
I couldn't get my weight behind the punch.
Right.
It was just kind of, but it made me feel good.
Now, were you standing up at this point?
Sorta, yeah.
Your feet are kind of touching
like,
the sand at the bottom of the ocean.
I was probably just above the sand.
All
They
right.
want you to stay off the bottom, man.
Right,
and away from the coral and stuff. Right. So, yeah, it was like a $6 million man fight in slow motion. I punched him in the side of the head, the French guy. He proceeds to push me.
Now you're getting you're throwing down.
Yeah.
You're throwing down
60 feet under
60 feet underwater with a Frenchie.
Which, quite frankly, is, kind of scary. Like I said, I'm only 10 dives into my little diving career, so it's still a little...
And he's fighting.
I'm fighting. And
you can't fight underwater like that.
So he pushes me, but, obviously the effort just isn't really there because you're not on solid ground, and you're 60 feet under the water.
Right.
So that's when I attempted to tackle him. Because your instincts take over. Now, if you're on land,
Aquaman.
If you're on land, every fight starts with a couple punches, maybe a couple pushes, and then you get down into hopefully wrestling and throwing someone down on the ground, right? So
how will Aquaman handle this?
So my instincts take over. I'm like, all right, well, I got to fight now. So
no matter where you are,
I attempt to tackle him 60 feet under the water.
So now what? You bring me through it. How did you go to tackle?
I just kind of went forward.
You went forward, of course,
and tried to grab him and knock him down, realizing it just wasn't going to work. At this point, the guide had to break this up.
He's breaking up a fight 60 feet underwater.
Yes.
Aquaman then whistled for a seahorse and rode off.
Now, I don't think the guide saw everything that was going on. Oh, the rest of the people in our group definitely
They were
did.
watching?
Oh, yeah.
Placing some bets?
Oh, yeah.
I'd have been like, this is the coolest thing I'll ever see underwater. I don't care if a goddamn mermaid swims by right now. This is a brawl.
Wait, this guy's got a similar story. I thought this was quite unique.
Oh, Jesus.
Tony, what's going on?
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Hope kicking ass underwater. Had something similarly happened to me in Cancun.
Yeah.
The guy, instead of hitting me with the flapper, he fooled me like an elbow shiv right to the head.
Yeah.
So So instead of like retaliating that way with fists, I just ripped the dude's oxygen right off. The dude almost drowned.
Now that I think could be attempted murder.
Freak him, dude. I ain't taking a shot to the nose. My nose, I'm bleeding underwater. I'm like foggy. For 2 days, I was like, duh.
You know, and I think this type of thing happens more often than you think because the dive guy, the guy that goes with you, he wants his group close together because he's got to, watch you.
Got to watch everybody.
And, some of these guys, when they're doing their first or second, I'm going to say it again, I'm only 10 dives in, but I feel a little more comfortable under the water. I mean, their arms and stuff are flailing. They're freaking out because it's the first time they're underwater.
Later,
Will from Staten Island checking in. You're breaking the rules. He said the first rule of Underwater Fight Club is you don't talk about Underwater Fight Club. Underwater Fight Club. It's Tyler Durden.
It was great, though.
I'll kick your ass! I'm gonna punch you in the face! Oh, damn! Can't get a good swing!
What is your problem?
Underwater Fight Club.
So then the guy, he broke us up and we went on our dive. I'm convinced he didn't see the whole thing because I think he would have brought us all back to the top. And then the rest of the dive, any time he got close to me, I just kind of pushed him off.
I would stay away from you at that point, thinking you were a complete lunatic.
All right.
Who fights underwater? Now, every contact the guy made with you, Opie, was accidental. Careless, stupid, but it wasn't intentional. Every contact you made with him was intentionally to hurt this gentleman.
Hey, I snapped. No.
Water.
No, because there was a bunch of other things I could have done. Turn off his air hose. That would have freaked him out a little bit.
Did you take into consideration where you were when you decided then you were going to tackle this guy?
And
I can't believe he is tackling me. This lunatic.
Let me make it perfectly clear. It looked completely ridiculous. You're right.
Yeah.
Nothing got done. There was no, no one really getting hurt. It was just the fact that I snapped 60 feet under the water and punched a guy. Probably like hitting him with like marshmallows or something. But
you can't really get a punch going.
So then the rest of the time, I would just give this guy the dirtiest looks around the resort. And he just acted like, his ass didn't stink.
Well, he's probably right now on some French radio show going, and I kicked his ass. I punched him so hard he got the blues. Jay Moore Buddy on the instant feedback, also wondering if you pulled any of the underwater Matrix moves because you're kind of suspended there. You could have done the cool Matrix moves underwater and scared the pee out of him. My God! Oh no, it is Matrix.
See, no damage was done. It was just the fact that I snapped underwater.
Neo.
It frightened me. Neo, right?
You could get up, put your arms up, and then spin around in place, looking bad.
Hey, Dave, what's going on?
I have to ask you, because, I've been on dives before. What did you do when you got back up to the surface?
See, I wish I had a good end to the story. Nothing, really. It was a big boat with a lot of other divers, and we just kind of avoided each other.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, I mean, I got enough pleasure just trying to punch some guy in the face underwater, man.
Congratulations.
All right, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good job.
And you couldn't talk to the guy because, like I started the story off, the guy was French. Didn't speak a word of English.
No. Scuba fight. Great.
Scuba Steve over here. Yeah, all right.
How to fight scuba style from Rich and Forest Hills. Flood his mask. While he's blind, release his weight belt. Swim away and enjoy your dive. Because the guy will go right to the surface.
Nice. That's a really good idea.
You actually started it. The guy accidentally hits you. I understand he hurt your hip and stuff.
Twice.
But it was his own inexperience and, inconsideration to not say anything. You threw the first punch in anger.
He never punched me.
He never punched me. He's underwater. His first dive, he's probably petrified.
Like a wuss, he pushed. Like a girl.
All of a sudden, I saw this brown substance oozing from his suit. So I hit him because he was close to me.
Should have picked up some fire coral and cut him.
Yeah, there you go. Like Sea Hunt.
Right.
Like an old episode of Sea Hunt. Get the knife out of your leg and cut his air hose. That's what he always did. Opie had lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes. Were you hearing the music, Opie?
getting pounded.
Oh, it's Opsky. And he ain't taking an apski. Oh.
Easy.
Oh, Frenchky. Here comes Frenchky. Hey, you stinks. And your girl is hairy. Oh. So give it a left and a right. School. Scoop it, you. I'll kick Brutus's ass.
Popeye used to do some of that underwater fighting.
Underwater, but he ate the spinach and like his arms would go really fast. And he can make his feet go and his pipe like a propeller and go like a torpedo into the guy. So why don't you do that?
I forgot about that.
Need me spinach.